Greetings, family, friends, and survivors. Well, I'm up on the east end of the property, and I've remembered a skid road up here from 30 years ago. It's all grown over now, and there's some massive hardwoods, and I just came up to take a walk, and I found a lot of snowfalls. So that's still good wood. The top of this tree had fallen across here, and I was able to skid it out of the way, and a straight shot next to this seasonal creek. And I can set up the splitter and the trailer down there. Came up here and I saw this, and it just seemed like this was a real gold mine here. And I already took a shower once because I was 5 feet tall, and that stuff whipping me in the face. Got that big madrone fell right here, and that's its top. It's all sound. And then the maple, small leaf maple, is in really good shape and right along this skid road. And then this skid road goes out that way to another 3 or 4 cords of downed hardwood like this that's still sound. And of course our little forest chicken, this is his area. He's within 10 feet. Chainsaws don't bother him. He'll walk right up to the chainsaw or the quad, or they're kind of territorial, so he's just letting us know that this is his. And so if he starts thumping on a log, I'll know what it is. And so he's just right there, hiding right under there. Yep. So I keep telling him that we're going to tread lightly in here. All right. He ran over and jumped on Gibbs a minute ago. Gibbs was just a little curious, so told Gibbs to just back off. And he's fine. So I don't know where the nest is, but this whole draw belongs to that horse chicken right there. Let's see, where is it? I don't have my glasses on. Right there. Staring at me. It's all right, buddy. It's okay. Oh, there we go. Hard, dead. I forgot to bring the axe. It's at the bottom of the hill. I didn't throw it on the quad, and I don't want to go down there again. So I just had to match her up. Gibbs was little. I told him to get in the truck and told him to stay, and he'll stay there. It's not safe to have any dog in the woods when you're falling timber. And so if he stays right where you tell him, I'll park him in the shade on the trail, and he'll stay for as long as I tell him. But he's kind of in the sun there, so I'm going to hurry up with this. Okay. Took her right to 1.5 inches from the holding wood to not much top. See, it's just 20 feet long because it's just the butt section. We already drug the top of this thing down. Let's bring this one down, and maybe I'll just walk the cat up here and get him down. That's a thought anyway. Anyhow, that's some good firewood there. And that tree there, and there's about 3 more sets of standing dead hardwoods. Camera's probably shaking. I'm trying to hold it still, but yeah, I'm lightheaded. The program on the camera that cancels the shake can only do so much. Well, that's happy because that tree died. I saw it a couple years ago, and when we had the 5-foot snowstorm, it brought a lot of these down, and they're dry and ready to burn. Really thankful for that. Been kind of a tough year. I managed to stay out of the hospital last week, and I canceled the CT scan. Called the gut doc and said I think I'm past it, and I'm kind of listening to my body when ulcerative colitis rears up his head, and then the neurological disorders start coming, and I'm not safe to drive a vehicle. I have to pull over and let my wife drive when I'm like that, and if I just stop, and I hate to, because I hurt really bad when I sit. Anybody else like that? So it's kind of a balance between, if I sit in the chair, I'm in absolutely the worst pain. If I don't do anything at all, I'll never lose the headache. So it's get out and do something for an hour, and rest a lot, and then stop. And if I don't, then ow, sorry. So that's a good indication right there. When you try to squirt a disc across the wood lot, then it's probably time to stop. So I think that's what I'll do. I got to jump on it. My boys are going to come finish it. And so I thought I'd swim in the poison oak for them, because my son's wives get poison oak so bad. It's like cortisone injection kind of bad. And they come home with it all over them, and I just don't want to do that. So I try to get the stuff where they can get in it. Like this whole area in here was 5 feet tall, with 6 feet tall with that. So I hacked it all down, and now they can get in here without taking it home with them. That was the plan. I think earlier I said large leaf maple, and I meant exactly opposite that. Dyslexics of the world unite, something like that. Dyslexics, I don't know. One of those. He just doesn't get very far away. I go up the mountain, he goes up with us. He went over and tried to make nice with Gibbs. Gibbs wasn't sure about that. I've had these adopt me before. I've got a video if you want to look. I've got a grouse that would come when I would call him. He tried to live in the house with us. They get lonely. Forest chickens. I think locally they're called stupid chickens, but they're good eating. But I sure like having them. They're good company. Right, buddy? He's 12 feet from me. Quite content. Walk right up to a chainsaw. Doesn't bother him a bit. See, I drove back up to the landing, and he just flew right up. Stays about 10 feet from me. He just wants a friend. Hey, buddy. Alright, so stick a bar in this thing and see how much of it's good. I was over recording that one. And that's a sizable piece there. Well, let's see how big it is. this end it's 24. This end it's what? 32. You right, Gibbs? Well, you stay away from me. Sometimes the pieces are so big you have to skid them down off the mountain one ring at a time. Oh, I was able to get an 8-footer there, and these pieces, that one up there, oh my, that's the big butt log. It was on the end of this, and I had to cut this off of that 8-footer to get that other one down. Yep, and our grouse is back. He came to say hi just as soon as we got here, and he'll be with us all day. He's not grouchy. He's not a grouchy grouse. He's happy guy. Carol thinks it's the one that was living at the house. Yeah. I'm wet. Oh my. You can see I am soaked. I didn't get the bar out in time to see. Probably ran 50 gallons of dank, nasty old log. Oh, yuck. Well, that explains the wet heart. I came back up this morning and I could see that, see how it's, the heartwood is full of water. About 50 gallons in that butt. I was hoping the butt was going to be good. I imagine the outside wood would be good. Oh boy, we're lightheaded. Don't fall in the poison oak. You're walking in it, aren't you? Don't. I'm not going to pet you. And you can hear our grouse. He's just with us. Yep. He is guarding his territory. You leave him alone, Gibbs. Grouse are our friends. Got it choked on the back side, so the log will roll uphill and hopefully end up on the flat spot and not with that notch straight down. But I can't film it unless I could train Gibbs to hold the camera, so I'm just going to nail it and see what happens. Can't quite get the tractor up here unless I put the tracks on, and I don't want to bother with it. Gibbs and I made it down, and it rolled off the hump, but it didn't stay on the flat spot. When I came around the corner, it hit those other decked logs up there and flipped on me, but coming downhill we had enough traction to skid it down the hill from up there on a skid road. It's funny, Gibbs gets behind me on the quad and he digs his toenails into my back so he doesn't slide off of there. Anyway, you can see where the water tank came from. So probably that whole butt section up there. I haven't seen it. I just hooked onto this and took off. Don't want to stop your inertia when you're skidding big logs with a little cat, a Suzuki cat. Anyway, so imagine that a lot of that wood up there is very, very wet, but it's actually cured. It's rain soaked, and that rainwater will leave really quick if we get it split up. So we'll see if I can get another 8-footer down the hill. I doubt it. We're probably going to have to go to 4s, and then towards the very end, like with this monster, I have to grab just one 16-inch round at a time when they're like that. One thing for sure is when you're coming off that hill, like anytime you're skidding with a cat, We had a John Deere 450, and we also had a lot of experience skidding with D8s and stuff, a lot of snowcats. But when you break over the top and come down, if that log rolls and hits a stump, you're going to come to a sudden stop. If it rolls into the creek, it can pull you off with it, or it could have pulled me off into that draw over there. And so what I'm saying is, if it gets sideways and rolls down the hill, as soon as you feel the load, you're on the throttle and you can feel you're still dragging. And when that load decreases, that means the log's catching up with you. So the only thing you could do is stay on the throttle, stay ahead of it. Like hitting high range on a DeLorean thigh call when your groom inverts vertical slopes. You hit that high range button, keep your marine controls straight, and run it up to about 2800 on your governor and try to stay in front of it. Anywho, wow, I'm soaked. Good thing it's not cold. And our little grouse friend came back down to visit. He's made a lot of trips up and down that hill, more than me, that's for sure. Well, there's Gibbs. Getting just a little log. Hi. There's something back there. Yeah, just a little guy. Let's go, boy. Hang on. Hoot Owl's at 1 o'clock, so starts today. Besides, my boys are going to come do all this. I get it all skidded down for them, and they'll bust it up. And we'll drink some iced tea, huh, Gibbs? Yep. He comes off that hill and he just digs his toe on my back. That's amazing. The border collies generally hate machinery, but he was 10 weeks old when he started. He just figures, well, this is what we do. And that's one thing border collies are good at. It's what we do. And that's it. And healers are good too. And he's got enough healer in him. He's 50% healer. And that's enough to make him just unafraid of anything. But not so much healer like Blue, where he wanted to eat everything that moved. Just because he could. Yep. All right. Enough gabbing. It's breakfast time. Well, we're done for the day. So keep watch. Fire watch for me. 2 hours. Come get me if there's a problem. Well, no. Down. Lay down. Stay. He thought I was talking to him. Right now the wind picked up. Alright. That's one-handed. That's the second hit. Third. Top catch up. Oh, yep, she's moving. I don't have a tripod with me. Creak, creak. Come on, baby. I hope that top don't come back on me. And it didn't. It's perfect. I love it when a plan comes together.